Hello and welcome to the February 24th backlog grooming session for Operator SDK. We're going to be going over, I guess, the closing 1.5 milestone and talking about the stuff that's going to be in 1.6. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I've been sort of busy recently, so I haven't really been keeping up with 1.5. I'm not really certain what the status of the publishing the release is. It seems like there's a whole bunch of stuff still in here.
Yeah, I do have one update. The release cannot go out today because Travis's PowerPC architecture is broken. Something about Docker not working on it. This is something that's out of our control. I do have a PR that gets rid of Travis entirely, but we still don't have image registry configuration creds for GitHub Actions yet. So we're kind of blocked on either Travis fixing their PowerPC architecture or us getting our configuration figured out ASAP. I've talked to one or two people who can help with that, but no confirmation on help yet.
Okay. So that's still kind of up in the air. I mean, hopefully it'll come out sooner rather than later, but I don't really necessarily think that keeps us from moving on and go ahead and going through this stuff.
Yeah, that's correct. Hopefully they'll be figured out this week.
I'm trying to think about what literally I want to do with all this stuff. Do we want to go ahead and just move it to the 1.6 milestone?
I'd like to go through them one by one and make sure that whoever is assigned is still working on this.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but like literally, do we want to leave this milestone open until we actually publish the release, or do we already want to go ahead and move stuff over?
Yes, we can move stuff over, but I would like to keep the milestone open until we get the release.
Okay, let's start going on. Or actually, if I move stuff over, is it going to show up on this page? It's going to make it harder to go through the stuff that's already there. If you don't mind, let's just go through the 1.6 stuff first, I guess.
We should probably do 1.5 because 1.6, we can just look at everything that's unassigned.
Oh, okay.
After we move stuff over.
Okay, well, the very first thing is something that's not assigned.
It's a pull request. I think it just needs one or two. Well, it obviously needs reviews, but I think Camilla was commenting on it earlier, and this fixes one thing that's in the 1.5 milestone.
Is Camilla here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I can try and take a look at this today.
Cool.
Oh, all right, what if... Okay, how to get webhook plus OLM generation. Correct.
Yeah, that should be moved to 1.6.
Helm operator feature request for custom resource delete, add option to wait until all resources are deleted before removing the finalizer. I'm not terribly familiar with who this guy is, but he's assigned it to himself.
I think because this is open, there's an open PR for it.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, we can probably
just move it to 1.6, or are we trying to get this merged in a more immediate fashion?
Yeah, let's move this to 1.6. It looks like he's actively working on this.
Looks like he might be looking for reviews. I'll try and take a look at that. Golang quick start master changes brings confusion.
Yeah, you can also move that to 1.6.
Enable scorecard to override image pull policy.
Yeah, I'm working on this, but realistically need to punt to 1.6 because I got tied up with some other stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ansible operator needs a way to pass vars as unsafe. Jesus or Varsha? Bueller? Oh, neither of them are here.
Yeah, I know Varsha has a PR open for this, and I am pretty sure she's actively, yeah, so this was open 2 days ago. She's actively working on it, so we can move this to 1.6.
Test fails with no matches for kind route of a route v1 is added to schema. This is something Varsha is also working on.
Yeah, this is actually something that's being fixed by upstream docs. So this can be moved to the backlog.
Why would we move it to the backlog? It's because it's not necessarily related to a release of our thing.
Yeah,
It's just a docs change upstream.
yeah.
Okay. Webhook mount location is incompatible with older versions of OLM.
Yeah, put that in 1.6.
Generate bundled H has no instruction examples for non-SDK projects.
Yeah, that PR that you opened of mine, the one all the way on the left in your tabs, that closes this issue. And I expect to have that in before 1.5 is released. So we can just leave this in the milestone.
Okay. Ansible-based operator logging, verbosity lags don't affect events written to standard out. This is a bug. Jay Muradri is assigned to it. I'm back and forth.
He's not here, but I assume he's still working on this. So we can move this to 1.
Okay. I don't know. I feel a bit presumptuous assuming people who aren't here are or are not doing something, but I guess guys commenting yesterday.
Yeah, I think if they don't end up working on these, they can move them out themselves. I can reach out to both Varsha and Jesus about this stuff, and they can deal with it themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a fair point.
Scaffold operators should depend on the latest Kubernetes collection. There was some like dependency loop hork from this, right? I don't know if that's been resolved. Or like something needed to be fixed upstream, then it needed to be cut a release, and then.
Yeah. You know, I would actually throw a priority important long-term on this. And I don't think either of them are working on this, so I would unassign both of them. And then we should move this to the backlog.
You know what? This thing's being fixed upstream by people who aren't us, right?
I think we need to specify this dependency in our doc file for Ansible operator.
Well, but I might be remembering incorrectly, but I thought we were waiting on something to be fixed in the upstream collection. Like there was something preventing us from bumping our dependency.
Great question. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like this is more of a priority important soon rather than long term. I don't know.
I'm not familiar with how important bumping past 1.0 is for this dependency. You're probably right.
I mean, more so in that it's important that we bump this dependency as soon as the fix comes out, which is like a thing that, you know, is a short-term concern and theoretically is kind of easy, maybe.
Right. Can you actually, he'll deal with this, but I'm going to ping everybody in this thread plus Fabian about what needs to be done here. If you want to put priority important soon on it, go for it.
Also, that means it'll be brought up sooner in the meetings for the next release. So it will remind us to check on it to see if the thing is ready. Ansible operator stuff, an infinite reconciliation loop on Kate's greater than 18x. Another thing from Jesus.
Yeah, I've no idea what's going on here.
It seems like he wasn't able to reproduce the.
Yeah, I would move this to 1.6. I'll ping him about all this stuff afterwards. He can figure it out himself.
Well, you want me to unassign him?
Yeah, you can keep him assigned for now.
Okay. Still unable to run the tests locally. I've been sort of sidetracked with other stuff. I think the last time I remember talking about this, we were still forked on the molecule tests. Wasn't Camilla working on this to like run it in a Docker container?
There was a bunch of adjacent work that's going on here.
Okay.
But I don't know what the status of this is. I don't know if she's currently working on it. If you aren't, then I would unassign both of you and put this in the backlog.
I'm sure I'll try and run the tests again and find another reason to complain at some point. Refactor internal and generators into an interface. So like I said, I've been sidetracked. I haven't really done much this release. This is still something I'm, would like to be actively working on. Now that the first pull request got merged, I'm planning on refactoring the other generators in the same way. So I'd like to keep this in. Hopefully I'll have some more time this cycle to actually try and get some work in. Add unit tests, this is the more related thing of that, so same deal. Add scorecard couple for test to scaffolding. So this I've seen there's been some activity recently with the PR.
Yeah.
Do we know, is that going to try and make it in by 1.5 or?
This, the PR works. There's actually some design issues that I need to bring up in this issue to discuss. So I would actually move this to the backlog for now. I really want to get this in soon, but it's probably not going to happen without a thorough discussion of those design issues.
Is there a reason you want to move it into backlog and not into 1.6?
It's deprioritized.
Oh, okay.
On my end.
Oh.
And you can unassign Ken. I'm still actively working on this.
Okay. Find a way to replicate Ansible Python environment of Docker image.
Yeah, so the assignee is actively working on this. I'm still I'm still adding a change. I'm still in the process of adding a change that will help this person implement this particular feature, but I know that they are actively working on it. So I would keep this in the 1.6 milestone.
If you're actively contributing this, do you want me to assign you to it?
No, my work is adjacent to this, but
Okay.
it's not directly related.
Well, is it required for this guy's PR to be merged?
No, not exactly. It's so the work that I'm doing is putting all of our image builds and binary builds inside of Docker containers or inside of Docker files so that we can use Docker BuildX to build cross-platform. We actually merged one of this person's PRs related to making Ansible builds reproducible, but that caused issues in architectures that we weren't running tests on each PR. So that actually broke some stuff. So we had to revert his change. That's why I want to get the work that I'm doing in first. So maybe I can add like a blocked label to this stuff. Yeah, just you can add a blocked label and I can link the PR that it's blocked on.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay. CLI implementation shows options which are not supported by the current project type.
Yeah, this is a duplicate. So I would, it was previously in the backlog, now it's in 1.5. I think it should just probably be closed as a duplicate.
Didn't we have this discussion the last time and we like closed it and opened it and closed it and opened it?
Yeah, but if it's got a triage duplicate on it, it should probably just be closed at this point. And maybe I assigned myself to investigate and I never got around to it, but I think I threw the duplicate on there and it's just like, whatever.
Okay.
If we made a mistake, we can just reopen it. It's fine.
SDK init help text is not general enough. As McAdoo.
So I know Austin is out and might be out for a little bit longer. So we should probably move this to the backlog, but keep him assigned.
Okay. So that stuff, excuse me. These two things are staying in here.
Yeah.
This is the open PR and this is the issue that PR fixes, right?
Yeah, I intend to get that through today.
Okay. 1.6. So theoretically at this point, everything that's in here that's assigned to someone is something that person is actually working on.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything that is not assigned. So that's 1.6. Let's see if I can remember. Is important. Nope.
You might just have to go into the label drop down. No, if you go back and the bar below that, the menu below that, there's the label drop down. Yeah.
Which is just the thing that we just added on there.
Yep.
Okay. What if I could spell? Redirect to upstream docs instructions are not clear for the end users. Now, this is something relatively new. But Camilla's not here. Okay, this is in post 1.0 docs, which I think is probably a good place for it. Although now that we are posting 1.0, we should probably come back and address stuff in that marker at some point.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that Milestone is getting used as a dumping ground for a bunch of stuff, but
What
I don't think
if
we should tackle that problem right now?
we bumped a release, which is to say skipped a release, and just worked on doc stuff for one cycle? Just a thought. I don't know.
I think that's
Sorry,
a good
what'd
idea.
you say?
I'm sorry. I said, what if we skipped a release and actually worked on this milestone for one cycle?
The docs
I think
release?
There's a
Yeah.
lot of improvements to make in the docs because there's just a lot of friction, like Camilla talks about, where like you have to make a lot of clicks. It'll take you to external places. I think spending a couple weeks as like a dedicated effort on improving this would be worth the time.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Let's talk about this at the upcoming monthly meeting next week. Let's.
I don't have that agenda handy. Could you put it on there, Eric?
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Operator service account placements in versions 1.3.0. I'm not entirely certain.
Yeah, this is another docs thing that we definitely need to address. I basically posted what you need to do, but the docs should reflect this. Probably not like an FAQ, but like an actual document discussing an advanced use case like this.
Cool. Ansible-based operator logging verbosity flags don't affect events written to standard out. These are the Ansible flags in the Ansible operator image, right? As opposed to the Kubernetes flags of the operator image pod.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, this is in 1.6.
Yeah, it's already in 1.6.
Documentation compatibility with OLM. So this is help wanted in the backlog. That seems okay.
Yeah, if it's got help wanted on it, then should leave it there.
SDK tool with a standard to report output a list of errors.
You can unassign me from that. I'm not actively working on that. And we can probably put a help wanted on this, but not good first issue.
Okay. And just leave it in the backlog. Operator SDK and it help text is not general enough. Can we just talk about this? Let me just put this here. Although we move this to the backlog and as McAdoo still assigned. He's still actually working on this? Well, he's out.
I don't think so.
So should we unassign him?
Yeah.
Don't we not want to leave things unassigned in the backlog because that's how things disappear forever?
We could leave them on this. Can you scroll down? What was there any like sort of discussion or resolution on this?
Not recently.
Yeah. Well, it is his issue after all, but yeah, we can leave him assigned.
Okay. Consider supporting specification of environment variables for test pods and scorecard config YAML.
Yeah, that's already got good first issue and help wanted on it, so I would skip it.
Okay. That's my thing. How to upgrade from package bundle to manifest bundle.
There's actually an enhancement upstream that addresses this, and it's in 1.6. So
Neat.
go here.
New document for describing best practices for troubleshooting reconcile loops. Oh, hey, I remember this guy.
It says help wanted on it, so.
Help wanted, it's in the docs release, which if we're going to take a look to address that, that's might be a good thing. Investigate which features, if any, could be included to ease operator development. That seems pretty open-ended.
Yeah, I think this is like a meta issue. I think I posted an update on this or a related one, which is about the Java plugin that's being developed right now. It's probably, yeah, probably had something to do with, or I probably posted on the Java issue rather than this one specifically. But yeah, this is like a meta issue. We can just leave this alone.
Okay, so I think this is a good place for it. Do we want to have a meta tag? Label? Whatever?
Yeah, it might be useful. I don't know how I feel. Well, having a long-standing open issue is probably a good thing for things like this, but I think it more means that we need documentation rather than an issue that's open for this that we can refer people to. Like if you are interested in operators in other languages that aren't supported, look at this document.
On the other hand, I feel like at that point, we're like trying to curate a list of community plugins, which maybe is something we want to do at some point, but I feel like it's an undertaking that deserves more effort than just like a, list of links in a document somewhere.
Well, if they're plugins that actually create operators, then they would be embedded in the Operator SDK and compiled with the Operator SDK. So we wouldn't even need like a list of them. It would just be like Operator SDK -- help. But this is more for like requesting support in other languages. But yeah, I don't think we need to come to a decision right now. We can leave this alone. And I think I would say the same thing for the last one in the set of issues here. Java Operator SDK. We'll have actually a more concrete response to the Java Operator SDK specifically soon. There will be a PR, hopefully in the next few months, that adds Java support. And I've commented on that issue as much.
Where is that coming from?
From some other people within Red Hat. And yeah, those two links point to the relevant projects.
And when you say PR to add it, I assume you mean a PR to add it to the Operator SDK code base directly?
Yeah, as plugins.
Where are we on the, I believe it was the intent to transition by splitting out the different things into different repos. So we, try and keep things more organized. Where are we on that? Because that's going to add another.
That is a relevant question for, I think, Jesus. The timeline for that is probably in the next 6 months. That's going to happen. We
want to
really
try
want
and
to
make
that
it happen
soon.
Before this Java thing comes in.
No, I think they're kind of orthogonal problems. because the Java's going to stay as separate repos.
Oh. Maybe I don't understand what this is then.
I'm sorry?
I said, maybe I don't understand what this is then. I thought this was going to be like a plugin, like the Ansible and the Helm ones.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay in these repos and we're going to import them and build with them. So they're already implementing the structure we want to move the other things to. Okay.
So yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, that's great then.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see those two projects progress.
Okay. That's all the things on our list. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about related to 1.5 or 1.6 or I don't know, anything else? How do I? Nope, that's not the button I want. There we go. Okay. If not, then I think that's it for today. Thanks everybody for coming, and I'll see you later.